Hey everyone, it's Annie
and Brady.
from the Never Growing Up podcast, a Disney Parks podcast for adults.
Thanks so much for joining us for this week's episode. Make sure you subscribe and leave a rating for us on whatever app you're joining our conversation.
And don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links for all of our accounts are in our show notes.
Enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of the Never Growing Up podcast. Today, we're going to be continuing our journey through the new Festival of the Holidays, which just opened up. And we're also going to talk a little bit about a new announcement about a train coming to Disney World in the Orlando airport. All in this week's episode. Okay.
Chugga chugga, motherfucker. What's up?
Whoa, that was such good timing. Like the train noise. Well played. Well played. Hey, everybody. It's Annie at WDW Collective. And with me, as always, is my most magical co-host.
Magical.
Mhm.
Hey, guys. It's Brady McCleary. I am Brady Cam on Instagram. It's lovely being back. How was your holiday weekend?
It was good. I mean, ours was pretty chill. We just did like curbside pickup at both of our houses. Grabbed.
Battle of the Cranberry Sauces.
You know what? No one gave me any cranberry sauce. Because
Bastard.
usually my aunt makes it. So obviously, like, we didn't get any food from her house because usually she comes over to my parents. And then I'm going to kick Nick's ass because, so here's the thing. So, like, my family does, like, the cranberry, like, not from the can. Like, they make it from scratch. It's aggressive, I know. And then Nick's family does the one from the can. And I really like the one from the can. The first time I ever had it from the can was when Nick and I started dating, or we were dating to the point where I was coming to Thanksgiving. And it's very good. And Nick didn't bring me any, although I don't know if they did have any. So that's whatever I know. But anyways, it is a battle of cranberries, but I didn't get to enjoy that this year, unfortunately. You know what else is weird? So we forwent our vegetarian ways for Thanksgiving because people just give us so much shit. And quite honestly, I feel weird not eating turkey on Thanksgiving. But do you know, like, Nick and I have had the meat sweats for like 2 days.
From
Like
the turkey?
From the turkey.
Your body's like, what is happening?
Body's like, what is happening? Abort. And so, like, both the past 2 nights, or like Thanksgiving night and then like last night, when we're recording this is the Saturday after Thanksgiving, like literally sweating. Like sweat.
That's wild.
Isn't that weird?
I mean, it's been a long time since you guys started your vegetarian
We
journey.
started in January, yeah. So it's been almost a year. So like honestly, I've noticed this the rare times when I do eat meat. This doesn't happen with fish, but the rare times when I do eat like a meat, like I sweat.
It's the complex protein, probably. Your body's just having a hard time.
My body's like, what is happening? It'll be very interesting to go to one of these festivals now, like, eventually when it's like easier to go to these festivals and enjoy meat and like not die.
Right. So how did Annie die? Oh, she went to the holiday festival at Epcot.
But before we continue our journey through the Festival of the Holidays, we did come across a very interesting news article. Weirdly enough, I saw this on LinkedIn, which is kind of random for me to find. Although I follow the Walt Disney Company on
Everything.
LinkedIn, on everything. Yes, that's very true. But I saw this article and I just didn't know this was going to happen. I'm really excited that this is going to happen. The article that we are referencing here, this is the one that we saw on LinkedIn, but there are other articles you can find on the Google. so this one's from Business Insider, but it's Disney World is building a train station to connect its parks with the Orlando airport and Miami. Thoughts, initial thoughts.
Um, why Miami? Like, is there
I
an
don't know.
like, is it increasingly hard to get to Orlando from Miami? Like, why not just have it go along 75 or something?
Yeah, I don't. So it's this particular. So here, maybe I don't know if in you, since obviously you've lived in Florida for some time, so you understand this better. So are you familiar with the company Brightline? That's who's actually going to be running the train company Brightline. That's who's going to be running this train.
Hmm.
So right now it operates trains between Miami and West Palm. And so they just announced this deal with Disney World to build a station there, so where it is in Miami, and then also to the Orlando International Airport. Um, so that's who's running it. Apparently, they also have one. They're going to be doing one from LA to Las Vegas, which is like phenomenal because it's like what, a
That would
3 hour
be
drive.
pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's a. Can you imagine what a shit show that train would be?
That oh my god, just
Oh
the
my god.
pre-gaming involved in this.
Yikes. Oh lord. That actually I don't know if I'd want it. I don't know. That's another conversation. But anyways, this link or this article is cool because it does show what the map is going to look like. So it is, according to this map, currently under construction. And then they're showing like future expansions.
Sneaky.
It is. So there's going to be like a future expansion. So they're saying the Disney Station is a future expansion. There's already one being built in Orlando. And if you're familiar, like if you travel in airports as much as I used to, I mean, everyone usually had a train, some kind of like subway or train connection. I don't know if Orlando did. I don't think they do. But it's set to open in 2022. So it's going to miss the 50th anniversary next year, which is a little bit of a bummer, but that's okay. I mean, honestly, like I don't know why this just popped into my head, but like this is I'm very curious how they're going to do the 50th anniversary celebrations. Like, is it not usually they start at the beginning of the year and like go all the way to the actual date, which is in, what is that? Is it in October? What the fuck? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, I know
Yeah, because I
Epcot's
think it is because
October.
that's Epcot's is in October. But anyways, I'm sure you guys are yelling at this at the how whatever method you're listening to us on. Like, you
You're
dumbass.
like, "You idiot! You guys have a
Yeah.
Disney podcast and you don't know?"
Look, I'm gonna look it up because this
Sorry, a
is
lot
just
of things happened this
embarrassing.
year.
Yeah, this year's just not been the greatest for remembering things. Walt, I'm honest to God going on my
I've
phone.
actually
That
put
is
Disney
October 1st.
so
See, I'm not crazy. It's October 1st.
I put Disney World so low on my list of things to think about because I
Yeah, it's
get
so cool.
sad every time I think about it.
Yeah, that's been it's funny you mentioned that because that's kind of been our issue with not being very regular with posting episodes, is because quite honestly it just depresses us.
Yeah.
And that's why I haven't been like active on my Instagram page because
I
like
have
I just
been
feel very depressed.
hemorrhaging
Me too. I
followers.
think I've lost like 500 this year.
I went from 6,000 down to 5,400.
Yeah, it's been and quite honestly, that's like and not that I feel like I need to explain myself. I'm not gonna go on there and be like, "Hey guys, sorry, I know you're missing me." You don't give a shit, first of all.
Yeah.
Let's be very honest. Nor do I owe you an explanation, but like honestly, it just depresses me. And so what the thing that I love the most is this podcast. And so I'm going
Yeah.
to pour my energy into that than something else that I feel is like an obligation, which it's not, but I just don't have new material because I just haven't been traveling. So, anyways, that got really dark really fast. Um, but anyways, I would be very interested in this. Granted, I'm an asshole, and I get the only thing that gives me like a bit of anxiety about this is that if there's going to be like I don't. First, we've talked about this. If you're new to the show, Annie hates public transportation. Um, So that would bother me a bit, but I do find this wildly convenient, and also I wonder if it would cost anything. I'm sure it would cost something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I mean, Magical Express doesn't cost anything. So I'm, like, wondering if it's, like, one of those situations where it's, like, if you're staying at a Disney resort, then it doesn't cost you anything. But then the price of the Disney resort will go up. right? Because it's covering the cost.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, okay.
I don't know. But anyways, very interesting piece of news. I think this would be wildly positive, generally. Just another option, and it'd be cool if they made the train like very Disneyfied, like the Magical Express. Because Magical Express is actually fun. I just don't like waiting in lines.
I've never done it.
I forgot. It's actually very very nice. The buses are beautiful. They give you entertain. There's like like there's travel programs on there about Disney World. So I like that shit. And then like the only bad thing is, like, there's screaming kids, like, it's just this is the Disney podcast for adults, we don't need any of that. If we can avoid it anyways. So, anyways, that's our piece of news. I think it's awesome. I think it'll be really great and give us just another option. Plus, Disney is so well known, or Walt Disney himself is so well known for his love of trains. So, I think this is
Oh,
right up the alley.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really cute. They better do something Disney to this.
I would hope they would Disneyfy it. In my opinion. Oh, also, and we're not gonna spoil it, well, depending on when we post this, but, have you been watching The Mandalorian?
No.
Oh, so I'm not gonna say it on here because for those of you who've not watched it yet, but big reveals in this week's episode, and Baby Yoda finally has a name.
Yeah, it's Baby Yoda.
That's what Nick said too. He's like, "I just really can't call him by his new name. It's Baby Yoda." I was like, "I know, but that's his name now." Anyways, wild and wondrous. Very exciting times. All right.
Yeah, I don't
Let's
know if I'm gonna be able to catch up because Matt and I, like, other than when, last year when the first season of Mandalorian came out, Matt and I watched a
yeah.
lot of Disney Plus, but we haven't watched it enough to justify buying it for another year.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know if we're gonna do it. I think when I get my back pay from my new rank
Oh,
after I
sure, sure,
finish
sure.
my school, I might buy it, but for now I don't. It just we can't justify it. Like
Yeah,
I'll binge like 2 or 3 movies once every 2.5 months or something, but
yeah.
for the most part, we it's just been a waste of $100 for us.
You know what's funny? I have heard that from a few people. Now, me personally, I actually do really enjoy Disney Plus, and I utilize it a couple times a week.
Well,
Um,
you can still find a lot of Disney movies on other platforms right now. So,
yeah,
like and I thought, like, with them having their own, that would kinda go away. So it's like, it's just redundant. It's another thing that we're buying.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard that from people. Obviously, people who have kids, it's very useful. I actually do watch a lot of stuff on there, including Mandalorian. Um, I don't know, for those of you who love Taylor Swift, I love
Bleh.
Taylor Swift's music. I don't necessarily care for her as a person. But anyways, I think Folklore is like her best album ever, and they did the whole an intimate, like, it was her and like the people who produced the album, like the two other guys, and then they just recorded the entire album and you just watched it. It was fantastic because I love the album. But I think she's kind of an odd bird. But anyways, like, again, found that very useful.
I like her "Calm
The other
Down"
thing,
song,
yeah, it's a good song.
but then
I do enjoy
but
it.
then I thought about how, like, up until that song came out, when did she ever publicly, like, make such an effort for the LGBT community? And then I'm like, maybe she's just after the pink dollar.
Yeah, a lot of people said that. A lot of people said that too. About something else, and I can't think of what it is. Yeah, about like who she was supporting, like publicly, just from like not even just from an election standpoint, but just from like you know, uh, or speaking out against people who do say terrible things about either any kind of disenfranchised community. But
Mhm.
we digress.
Anyways,
So
back to
I
our
hear you.
Disney podcast.
Yeah. Okay. So last week, we talked about the Festival of Holidays, which is returning this year, and we, as always, go through the menus in depth. We have not reviewed them before we recorded it. Even like from when we recorded last time, I have not looked forward into the other menus that we haven't talked about yet. So we're going to continue those today. We're starting here. So last week we left off on the Prost, whatever that means. It was like a charcuterie board, which is probably like crap. But so today we're starting the Sapphire Holiday Kitchen, which I believe is around the Morocco Pavilion in World Showcase. So what they got's on the menu? They have a grilled lamb kefta kebab, and grapes with Euro cucumber, red pepper, pickled pearl onions, and harissa cilantro dressing. That's a lot. A confit of chermoula chicken drum with cinnamon Granny Smith apple, toasted almonds, Brussels sprouts, Pinot Noir glaze, and a svenge. I don't even know if I pronounced that right, which is a warm beignet with cream, cinnamon sugar, and chocolate sauce. I'm not into any of those, honestly.
Yeah. No.
Okay. So the beverages, they have a Mediterranean beer, which is very vague. Casbah Prestige red wine and the Andalusian poinsettia cocktail, sparkling wine, orange liqueur, and cranberry juice topped with orange blossom water, which I would get that. That actually sounds very good. And I think I had that last year, if I'm remembering. It's very good.
None of that, please. Actually, I'll do the Andalusian.
Heard PS. Yeah, it looks amusing. I'd be into it. Next, always a crowd pleaser, which is outside of the China Pavilion, the Shanghai Holiday Kitchen. Red stewed beef rice bowl. Oh, look, these are new. Fun. I love when they
Yeah.
have new shit. Curry chicken rice bowl, which sounds like that's up your alley.
Mhm.
And house-made, whatever that means, crab and cheese wontons. I think I just get the wontons out of this.
Honestly, I would get it all. I would get
I
that
would get it all and yeah,
the
but the meat, as we see.
yeah. The
Can't do
red
it.
stewed beef rice bowl sounds really good.
Mhm.
Their curry is also really good, though, like, they have those little curry pockets there, and those are pretty
Yeah.
delicious, but yeah, I'd probably get all that.
Beverages are also always fire here. First we have a panda bubble tea. So this is non-alcoholic, classic milk tea with black and white bobas. I'm not a boba tea fan, but if you like it, get into it. Tsingtao lager, jasmine draft beer, which is very good. I've said this many times. Dragonfly, which is a Jose Cuervo tequila gold, vodka, mango syrup, and orange juice.
I'd hit that up.
Yeah. Marco boba, amaretto, iced coffee, milk, and boba. And the Lucky Mo, peach schnapps, peach
Me.
syrup, orange juice, and pina colada mix. I think all I would drink out of this is the jasmine draft beer. The other stuff's got too much business.
I would definitely do either the dragonfly or because dragonfly kinda sounds like uh actually, that's weird that it has tequila and vodka in it.
Yeah, I would maybe try that. Just like the orange juice is what throws me off because that just says heartburn, heartburn to
It's
me.
not
And I'm
well, it
like, I
sounds
don't want.
like a modification of a, like, tequila sunrise,
Yes, it does. Yes.
but yeah, that or the Lucky Mo because same.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I would get the Lucky Mo, but it has orange juice in it, so I don't want that. I wonder if they would make it free. I wonder if they would be like, "Can I not have any orange juice in it, please?" I'd be that person. Oh, I don't
Maybe.
want to be that person. But that would be the only way I would drink it. The Shiwasu Holiday Kitchen, which is by the Japan Pavilion. They have a New Year celebration soba, buckwheat
Mm,
soba noodles, and hot dashi soup with shrimp tempura, fish cake, and chopped green onion. Wow. Wow. Chirashi sushi tree, sashimi grade tuna, salmon, ikura, and yellowtail with vegetables decorated on a bed of rice. Wow. Ichigo Mont Blanc tart. What the frig? Ichigo Mont Blanc tart. Good lord. Strawberry and Bavarian cream filled tart sprinkled with confito. Peto. I don't know what that is.
ooh, it's new.
Yeah, that's a new one. But that both of those, like the savory dishes, sound phenomenal. I would try both of those
Yeah, I think I
places.
would do the soba for sure.
Hmm. Oh man, like it makes me want like to order that right now.
Dude, I want sushi so bad, but being in New
I know.
Mexico, it's like,
Is
there's
it not gonna
no
get?
water here. Like, where are we getting this fish?
I mean, so here we go to digress. We have a phenomenal sushi restaurant. So for those of you who don't know, I live in Ohio, but which is not particularly known for its fine fish or but the place that we have in our town is phenomenal. Like seriously, some of the best sushi I've like had, like even compared to like New York City.
Ooh,
Like it's weird. It's like so good. And now I'm wanting because we want to get a light dinner tonight. We're done eating leftovers, and now you're making me want sushi.
get it?
I might do that. Might be our dinner tonight. Um, yeah, either one of those sound really nice. These are interesting. Now, we will obviously give you our thoughts on what you should get to drink when you get to the Japan Pavilion, but I'll
Mhm.
just read these for you. The Ichigo Milk Boba, cranberry and yuzu cream drink with Japanese Calpico and popping strawberry boba pearls, which is non-alcoholic.
Gay.
Sapporo draft beer and Subaki whiskey sour, which is plum wine with whiskey, cranberry juice, sugar, and lemon. I actually would try
I
that.
would try that just because it sounds real festive, like, it does sound very
Yeah.
like, it sounds like a holiday drink, but
Yeah.
obviously, if you're gonna be in Epcot in
Obviously.
Japan, get your ass some violet sake.
I don't know what you're doing.
If you haven't had violet sake, we speak about it every other episode on this damn podcast.
Unless you're underage or, recovering, please do not or then don't have the violet sake. But, like, if you have 0 reason to not have one, then, you need to figure it out. Yeah. It's literally the most refreshing beverage, and the percentage of alcohol is obscene.
It's shocking, especially because
It's
you
shockingly
would
high.
not like, honestly, you would not be able to tell. It tastes like a damn juice
Oh my god.
box.
It tastes like a Jolly Rancher, but, like, in the best way. Like, it's not like for those of you who know me and listen to this show for a while, I don't like sweet drinks. This is tastes like a
It's not
Jolly
a
Rancher, but in the
mixy
best way.
drink, you know?
No,
It doesn't taste mixy.
it is
Oh my
miraculous. Let
god.
me tell you,
Can we go to
it's
Epcot right
miraculous.
now? I'll meet you there.
God, I literally will sometimes, like, sit in my office and cry sometimes.
Because of
This
violet
is why I don't
sake
post on Instagram
specifically.
anymore. It's so sad. Oh my god. It's so sad. But yeah, that is our recommendation.
That
We
is
tell everyone to do
the
it.
Never Growing Up podcast, like,
Seal of
approval
approval.
stamp.
Yeah. But the thing that's so here's the thing that sucks about it. So, like, I always wanna get a violet sake, but, like, there is a sake bar. There's actually 2, and we'll talk about it in an upcoming episode when we do our, like, in-depth discovery of the Japan Pavilion in the next few episodes. But, I didn't know this, but there's actually 2 sake bars. So there's one that I've gone to, and it's in the Murakami store Murakami sto wait, no, is that the no, that's not right, that's a brand. Guys, why do we suck? Anyways, if you go to the large store, there's a really, really nice sake bar, great selection of sake, and I love going there. It's very, very good.
And it's that one's relatively new. Well, it
It's
was
newer, it's been
moved.
remodeled recently. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
moved. I think when we were there last year, they moved it. So I love going in there just to get sake because I love sake. But there is and I never really knew this, and we'll talk about this in an upcoming episode. But um, there's a stand right as you're like the big pagoda that's right there, and there's like a stand right there. And I thought it was just like shaved ice or something. I don't know what I thought it was, but they have like sake selections there. Didn't know.
Yeah, they have 2 little stands right there at the
Yeah.
where they play the big drums and such.
Yes. Yes. I didn't know that they also had, like, a sake selection there. I just thought it was, like, like, random food booths that are all around that have just, like, random shit like popcorn. I don't know. Then, like, a California roll, I'm not sure. But, yeah. I I have slowly gotten to a point where I think Japan is my favorite pavilion,
Oh, yeah,
or at least in my top 3.
my top 3 are actually, I was just talking about this earlier with a friend, definitely Japan, the British Isles, and Mexico, and then,
Yeah.
Morocco is a very close, um, runner-up, but I don't really
Yes.
like the signature drinks in Morocco. However, the location is beautiful, and if you go off the beaten path and take your time,
Mm.
we'll talk about it in our actual thing, but
Which is
it's
coming up.
slept on a little bit.
It is slept on, and I'm so glad you said that, and I'm very excited to talk about it in our upcoming episodes because I 100% agree that I think it is slept on. Obviously, there's a penis wall, which is just humorous for everybody, but, like, no, it's, like, seriously beautiful to walk through.
The penis wall is beautiful to
There is a
walk
penis
through,
wall. The penis wall is beautiful,
and it's
but
great to
also
get
is
random people to take pictures of your group of friends.
God, it's so remember when we tried to ask the PhotoPass person, we were like, "Would you take our" and they're like, "No."
Help.
I think we got someone to do it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally understand why they're not, and honestly, I'm surprised that Disney hasn't, done anything about it yet because it's a very blatant penis. Very blatant.
It's blatantly phallic.
Blatantly phallic. That should be if this wasn't the title, like, Festival of Holidays Part 2, it should be called Blatantly
Blatantly phallic.
Oh, help us. Oh, no, but yeah. Morocco, don't sleep on it. And what are their signature beverages? Because I've only had like during festivals, and they usually have really good beverages at during the festivals. But what else do they have?
It's all very dark rum whiskey
Interesting.
inspired stuff. They're strong, but
Sure.
I've only had a few. When you go in, you know that if you're coming from Canada, on the left, it'll be on the left. That really fancy restaurant that's like on the water.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
Spice Road. Yeah,
yeah, and they have
it's
like a
really good,
the
by the way.
bar right in the front of it. The food,
Oh,
everything there is really
there.
good. Yeah, that's it's
Oh, I wasn't thinking about that.
the food there is really good,
It is
but
very good.
their drinks are just. I'm not huge on dark like rum
Mhm.
and such like
Sure.
that. So it's like it's just very strong.
Yeah, you know what's and I always walk by there, and I
They've
Nick and I
always
have
got a they've
eaten.
always got a cute boy standing out front,
It's
enticing
true.
you to go in, and
And be
then
like, "Hey."
like, hey, there's seating available inside.
There is, and let me we are getting ahead of ourselves
And then
with our
some
episodes.
freaking Russian toad comes and serves you food. You're like, wait, where's that hot boy?
You're like, "Where did the hot boy go?" You know, that's the facts. That's the friggin' facts of, like, literally any Disney restaurant.
Yeah. Except for Napoli, which we're coming up on. So let's.
Yeah, we're getting there soon. Moving on. Oh my god. I'm very excited about these episodes coming up. So as speaking of Via Napoli, Tuscany Holiday Kitchen, which of course is outside of the Italy Pavilion. Usually this line is obscene for any festival. I honest to God usually skip it because it's not that great. The food,
The
just
second
go to Tuna
option on
Gusto.
this list
What are
makes
you
me
doing?
uncomfortable.
The spaghetti. Okay, so we have the Biancaneve Italian flatbread with mozzarella, Asiago, and Parmesan. I
Sounds
mean, all right.
delicious.
Sacchetti alla but is it like brujol? No, busciola. 4 cheese mini beggars purses filled with sweet sausage. I've never heard it called a mini beggars purses.
Right,
Yes, I know that's so weird. I know sacchetti, like anytime you see it on a menu, it's like they say it's like little purses, but I've never heard mini beggars purses.
I just picture this
So aggressive.
poor lady opening up her purse that's full
Yeah,
of cheese. It's like,
I know, but
help me, all I have is cheese.
yeah, inside. So it's basically like a tortilla. So for those of you who don't know what a sacchetti is, it's like, you know, ravioli or fucking tortellini, but it looks like a little satchel. And it's filled with shit. So anyways, it's filled with sweet sausage, caramelized onions, pancetta, cremini mushrooms with a creamy sauce. That actually does sound good. I'd be into it. And then they have a cannoli siciliani, which I would try their cannoli, you know, whatever.
Holy
But it's
cannoli.
holy cannoli. It's got sweet ricotta, chocolate, and candied orange. That sounds
Mm-mm,
very nice. Are you not a
mm-mm,
cannoli person? No.
mm. It's not that I'm
I
not a
don't like
cannoli person. I don't like fruit and chocolate.
Oh, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. I generally do not either, but I think chocolate and orange is actually a good little it's a good mixture.
Well, remember those old chocolates and they were in like orange tinfoil and it was like orange
Oh,
tinted.
the Ghirardellis?
Yeah, it was like orange tinged
Yeah.
chocolate and then they also had a
Mhm.
raspberry. That's what they all taste like to me. It just tastes very
That's fair.
plastic.
It's very fair. Out of all of these, I guess I would get the sacchetti or the cannoli.
I would definitely try that sacchetti. I think the flatbread sounds nice, but for $9, it's just a piece of toast with cheese.
I mean, yes, that is exactly. But again, the Never Growing Up podcast recommendation is to skip this and go to Tuna Gusto, which is the wine
Boom,
cellar.
boom.
Please just save yourself and just do that. And plus, during festivals, it's not as busy. And because when you go there not during festivals, it's a shit show. So, highly recommend going to Tuna Gusto. Beverages, they usually always have the same stuff. It is just boring. Peroni Nastro Azzurro Pilsner. In Italy, Peroni is called Nastro Azzurro. Sure. Pinot Grigio, Chianti, Prosecco, Rosa Regal, Moscato, Italian white sangria with Prosecco, Italian red sangria with Cabernet Sauvignon, and Italian margarita with limoncello and tequila. Again, skip this, go to Tutti Gusto.
Get yourself a mocha martini.
Oh, that's right. Yours was so tasty. And I always get a Negroni, and it's very, very good.
Or if I was gonna get one of these $10 drinks, which I really wouldn't, like, it's
Totally not worth it.
$10 for Prosecco.
Yeah, like granted, like, and usually the prosecco that they put out here is not very. It's like basic ass prosecco. Like, go into Tutto Gusto, and you can also they also have a little wine store, and you can do wine samples there. Go there.
Mhm.
Don't. It's like, so if you're at that little booth, it would and you're facing the pavilion, it would be on your right side. Just go there and get a wine sampler, or go to Tutto Gusto. Don't do this. Just save yourself the wait in line because that's silly. Next, and this one is always one of my very, very favorites during Festival of the Holidays, is the Yukon Holiday Kitchen, and this is,
Yukon
like
Cornelius.
isn't that on soon? I think it's on well, when we're recording this, I think it's on Tuesday.
I don't know.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, I don't know, I don't have cable.
It's on network television.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so usually this is near Canada. If it's on the other side of Canada. So, like, if you're rounding the corner coming from the UK, it's, like, beyond the Canada,
I
unless they put it elsewhere.
I need to take a nap. I saw
I know.
I read the end of this, it says DDP, Disney Dining Plans, snack
Yeah.
eligible. I definitely read snack edible, and I was like,
They were giving out
"Disney?"
edibles, that'd be
Oh my
great.
god.
I fully endorse it. Okay, so they have, and this I have been pretty impressed with this one overall. Seared scallop with parsnip silk, apple chutney, and hazelnut croquant.
Done,
Beef
yes.
bourguignon with crushed potatoes. A maple bûche de Noël, which is maple mousse and cranberry rolled in a gingerbread chiffon cake. And a peppermint pinwheel cookie, part of the cookie stroll, which we talked about last week, which is kind of like drink around the world, but for cookies.
But for cookies.
but for cookies. I would get the beef bourguignon. They've had that before. It is
Ooh,
just
crushed
fantastic,
potatoes.
even though there's not really a plant. I would gladly have the meat sweats for a beef bourguignon.
Yeah, that sounds really good, but I love scallops, like, I didn't know that was clam, like, it was part of the clam, uh,
Yes.
but yeah, no, I learned that recently, and I still love them.
If it didn't have the apple chutney, I would be all about that. But I don't like fruit in my food. In
Yeah,
my meal. Like, I don't like fruit in a lot of
I
things. I
don't
like
like
fruit
fruit in
on its
my
own.
food. Fruit is
I don't like fruit in my
food.
food. Fruit is fruit and you can eat it on its own, but I don't like it mixed in stuff. Ooh, here's where I love ice wine. We've talked about this before. Frozen coffee, whatever. 81 Bay Brewing Company Maple Cinnamon Coffee Beer. This one's from Tampa, Florida. I would actually try that.
Yeah, I'd give it a
Um,
go.
yeah. A regional ice wine, a regional red, which they don't tell you the region. I don't understand that. Regional red wine, whatever that means. They must not have had, like, when they put this together, not have had like this. They solidified it. And a frozen coffee with tap 357 whiskey.
No.
You don't like we've talked about this. You don't like ice wine.
Yeah, uh, it just wasn't good when my mom and I
Yeah.
went. It was really hard to put down.
Yeah, that's So there are also other festival holiday food offerings throughout, not just in World Showcase and like kind of like that gateway, or that's not the international gateway. What is that? When you're walking in. Guys, we have a Disney podcast and we don't know where shit is at.
It's been a
But it's
while.
like yeah, it's been a while. But there's a couple different things that we're going to talk about that they're offering that are like throughout Epcot, right? So the funnel cake stand in the American
It
Adventure
would
is
be
always
in
there.
America.
It is, I know.
Funnel cakes,
Um,
badass.
was it last? I think it was during the Taste of the Food and Wine Festival that they've done since before this, because this just started. But if they have like a savory funnel cake, like, I'm interested in that. But again, they usually don't. This is a sweet potato casserole funnel cake topped with marshmallow topping, cinnamon sugar, honey roasted pecans, and a caramel drizzle.
God, no.
I've always wanted to try like a sweet potato casserole or sweet potato pie. I've never had that. And it very much fascinates me, and I would like to be a part of it. But this, like the funnel cake, no, I would say no to that.
Ugh.
Hard PS. At all of the Joffrey's coffee and tea locations throughout the park, you're gonna find a caramel tinsel latte, which is a cheerful chocolate latte drizzled with caramel sauce and crumbled Twix. Original, available hot or iced. That's so random that it has Twix on it. And then there's a caramel tinsel donut topped with crumbled Twix.
I would
Product placement.
yeah, I would eat I like Twix candy bars,
I
so
do too, like on their own. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd get it in a drink though.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe not even on a donut, that might be a little too much.
Yeah. At the refreshment outpost, there is a warm brown sugar stuffed pretzel with soft serve ice cream and chocolate sauce. A frozen Oh my god, are you kidding me? We've talked about remember last what oh my god. I think it was when we were doing the Magic Kingdom, like the full tour, and we were in New Fantasyland and I found out that they had frozen Coca-Cola there, not cocaine. And I like shit my pants because I love frozen Coke. I don't think you know how much I love frozen Coke. But they have a frozen Coke in a souvenir
You
Spike the
don't!
Bee cup. I'm not about the souvenir cups, but I would get that.
Just
I love frozen Coke.
drink the frozen Coke out of it, then put the souvenir cup on top of a trash can, and boom, somebody else has it.
You could sell it, really.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, they also have a frozen Minute Maid lemonade, but screw that. Like, I'm getting the frozen slushy Coca-Cola. I love it. And Burger King still has them. Like, the only reason I go to Burger King, the only reason, is to get a frozen Coke. They also have a Three Daughters Brewing spicy apple cinnamon hard cider
Mm-mm.
um, there as well, which I'm sure is fine.
I feel like that would just burn your throat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not about it. The refreshment port, which you love. Well, it's a love-hate. It's love-hate. Um, it has a turkey poutine french fries, a turkey gravy, cranberry relish, and crispy onions. I'm sure that would be great without the cranberry relish. That's
Mhm.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets on their own. Listen to this. Chicken nuggets on their own, and then below that it says Bloody Mary. Now,
Yeah,
why couldn't they just stick it on a straw?
because they hate me. Bunch of
Because
homophobes.
they hate you. A bunch of homophobes.
That was, like, the best
Oh
thing,
my
and
god.
you'd go there, and you'd already be a little tipsy because 'cause you've already made your way around the world
Sure, sure, sure.
once, and you'd be like, "Hey, I'll get the Bloody Mary with the chicken nuggets," and they'd be like, "Okay," and they'd be like, "Here's a third one, you little drunk boy," like,
You little drunk boy.
because they put 2 big old chicken nuggets on top of your Bloody
Yeah.
Mary and everything else, and then they're like, "Here's a third one because you're cool."
I mean, I wonder if you could just go up I would please let us know if any of you guys happen to be there and go and ask and say, like, excuse me, sir or ma'am." Or what is the, non-binary way for saying sir or ma'am?
Uh,
Y'all? Like, I don't know. I wanna be respectful
there, like, with, like
there. Because you say they, them, but,
I don't know, I'll have to educate myself on that.
I need to educate yeah, because I would wanna be like, when you say sir or ma'am, but, like, obviously, that's not what they wanna hear. What is the respectful, like, way to okay,
I think it's
someone let us know.
like Zer, like Z
Is it
like
okay, you're
XI. I'll have to
we will
Google
have to look
this.
into it. Please let us know because we do wanna address people appropriately with their appropriate pronouns, so please let us know. Um, anyways, yeah, so the Bloody Mary, they don't give us details about it, but it is there, and they also serve chicken nuggets, so why can you not marry the 2? They also have TG Lee eggnog. They have a non-alcoholic version, and they do have an alcoholic version with spiced rum. I'm not an eggnog person. It gives me the poops.
Okay, so apparently it's mix or mux. It's just
Wait, what?
it's MX, pronounced mix or mux, and that is the non-binary version of sir or ma'am.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. So that's the end of the festival holidays,
I'm still pressed on the, Bloody Mary situation.
which you should be because I don't know why it needs to be that difficult. Like, why can't you just put the chicken nuggets on there?
I don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm gonna spend $22.50 so I can get the Bloody Mary and the thing of chicken nuggets just so I can slap them together.
Right. So, just a couple things to remind you guys of during Festival of the Holidays. Obviously, the candlelight processional is, from what I understand, it is not happening in 2020, which is sad. Which is, I think the candlelight processional is just so beautiful, and it sucks that it's not going to be happening. But plug for our new YouTube channel, we do have a recording of it on there, not taken by us, but by someone else. But check out our playlist, our park sounds. There is a candlelight processional on there. Please watch it because it's actually just beautiful. And regardless of what your belief system is, it's just like lovely. Um,
Shoot, we'll
so
do one. We'll just do one for on the show.
shit, I'll sing here. I'll come out here and sing the Messiah's Hallelujah or Handel's Messiah.
Oh, Christmas, oh, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas,
There it is.
Christmas.
So there's also from it's still occurring from what I understand, the holiday storytellers. So if you go around the different countries, they have people telling actors telling the stories of their culture, like holiday culture. So like por ejemplo, in the Italy pavilion, really the only well, no, I've actually watched the Hanukkah, the Israel one too, because I think it's pretty interesting. But there's La Bufana, which is an Italian story of this witch who like helps, spread the story of Christmas. Anyways, it's really, really cute. So if you do have time to stop, if you are just strolling, since you need to stop somewhere and eat, or in order to take off your mask, you have to physically stop somewhere and take off your mask and eat and drink. So what a better way to do that than, support these actors and watch them tell their stories. Voices of Liberty are still being promoted. I'm assuming they're all doing it socially distanced. Who knows? um, so it's still a lot of the entertainment is still there. It just may be presented to you in a little bit of a different fashion, but still obviously support them because so many Disney actors or characters and people who were singers and dancers, whatnot, have been laid off. So we want to support the ones that we do see so that they come back next year. But that's about it. I love the Festival of Holidays, man.
I love the Christmas.
It's Christmas time.
Merry
That's what I'm
Chrysler.
saying, right? We already I think we're putting up our tree tonight, and we put up. Well, Nick did. I shouldn't say we because he got pissed at me when I said we. He put up the lights outside of the wreaths, so we're getting there. We're getting there.
I put some lights up, and then we have some little indoor Christmas decorations put up. I still got to finish putting up the ornament or the ones I have, and I think either tonight or tomorrow I'm gonna go get a tree.
Oh, very nice. We've never gotten a real tree. I didn't. We only had a real tree like a couple times when I was growing up, mainly just because we had animals, and or they dried up, and then one actually went through the window when I was growing up, so that was the whole thing. So, like, and then Nick grew up with having real trees, and then he gets really pissy that we don't have a real one, but here we are.
I love real trees. I get
I would like
sad
to
when I
have
have
one
to
at some
throw them
point.
away.
That's another thing. So that would bother me too. Like, I would feel really bad about it just, like, dying
So what I
in my
hear,
house.
and I don't know if this was just somebody trying to make me feel better, but from what I hear is like Christmas trees that you get like at lots and
Yeah.
not the ones that you go chop down yourself or whatever, but like
Right.
Lowe's and Home Depot. Apparently, rumor has it, they actually just cut it from the top of a larger tree. So they don't
Really?
cut down the whole actual tree, they just cut the top off of it. But again, I don't know how true that is because
Yeah.
it sounds a little made up. Who's out there just like on a cherry picker cutting off the top of Christmas trees?
Well, I mean, I would be actually, this makes me wanna look it up because, like, so we don't when we got our house, I did not want any, deciduous trees. I didn't wanna have to rake leaves. So our entire backyard is all evergreens, and they are very, very tall. So, um, like, I guess in theory, you could chop off, like, a portion of them. I mean, not that we would do that, but now I wanna know. Do people really do that?
I mean, if it's gonna make
You
me
just
feel
piqued my
better, I'm gonna go ahead
interest.
and say yes.
Well, guys, we were so excited to, pause our virtual tours to give you a festival because they're few and far between these days. But don't forget, our next episodes will be continuing our virtual tours of World Showcase. So We got you covered. But that's about it. Anything else? Anything I'm missing?
No, that's
Well,
the
y'all.
end of the show. It's time for us to go.
Oh, the rhyming. The rhyming.
It's the end of the
Well
song. It's time for
played.
us to go song.
I never heard that before.
Yeah, I just made
Oh, okay.
that.
You should copyright it. Well,
Just
guys,
sing it completely off pitch. Like, that's the end of our
you have
show
to do it that
song.
way. Yes. Well, my name is Annie at WDW Collective, and again, my most magical co-host.
Hi guys, my name is Brady, Brady McCleary, uh, Brady Cam on Instagram, and it's been so much fun. But now I can't wait to go back to our tour.
I know, I'm excited, especially since we got, like, ahead of ourselves
Yeah,
earlier, so I'm excited, so hopefully that gave you the suspense to listen to the next episode.
be waiting in
Yeah.
anticipation.
And also, don't forget now we have an updated YouTube channel. You can listen to full episodes on YouTube's.
YouTube's,
So, another
and
place for you to
make
listen.
sure you leave us little star reviews.
Yes. And not weird so by the way, like, since I've been, putting the full episodes on there, we've been getting some really weird porn stuff as
Mmm,
comments, so please don't.
porn.
I had to delete and report you. I will delete and report you, so don't do that. Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thanks, bye. Bye, guys, we'll see you next time.
Bye.